Hey, this is Don Kryptonium, the man who builds, regardless if his wife is sleeping in the background or not. Today we are going to discuss Stride. Stride is the second blockchain that is using Interchain Security, and I want to focus on that. Does it benefit Stride? Why Stride decided for this move? What's for the future? And also answer the question, was the danger of Stride before doing this move? Could the Stride be compromised? So before we start, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure if you like money, smash the like button. Make sure if you want to support Don Kryptonium, smash the like button. How many times I have to repeat? So let's start, I have opened CoinGecko. It's not what I want to focus on, but recently you probably learned that Stride is moving to Interchain Security. So how proof of stake chains work? You have set of validators, you have the stakers. If in Tendermint consensus, if 1/3 of the tokens is in hand of one entity or in multiple entities that, can go against the chain could be halted. When the chain is halted, you can't do the transactions. If 2/3 would be taken away by the one entity or group of people, everything could be taken away. So when it comes to the Stride, it is important because it secures the assets, right? So you deposit, for example, Atom to the Stride chain, and you receive liquid staked asset in exchange that is backed by your underlying Atom and rewards that is growing. So if the cost of the chain would be cheaper than taking away all the assets that are here, as of now it's around $35 million. So if the cost would be $25 million, someone would be like, hey, we can actually compromise the chain. But first thing, let me show you something, okay? So it can clarify the picture for us. Remember, this video is actually opinion, and this opinion is not crafted by the Stride team or anything, right? Maybe they would disagree. So if you also think I'm not right here, let me know in the comments, because I'm going to make some biased statements here. When we look at the Stride token, it's not bond, it doesn't have much of liquidity. In fact, most of the liquidity is on osmosis, right? So let's see how much of the liquidity is on osmosis. And there is actually only one pool. It's Stride Osmo. I know there is some liquidity on other, but this is very minor. So if you go to Stride Osmo pool, the total liquidity is just over $1 million, okay? What's the market cap of Stride? Is around $100 million. Only half of this is Stride tokens. What it means, the maximum you could get on the market right now is probably 0.55%. And it would be very expensive to do that, right? So let's try to swap. Let's try to swap Osmo. So maximum someone could get is around 0.5%, just over 0.5%. You can't do nothing with 0.5%, right? There is holders that have more than that already. So let's say I want to buy, even 5 million worth. We are not able to do it, right? So let's do with half, 500K. Can I do something? Why there is no route for this trade? It doesn't even show you, with 50,000 you already hit the price impact of close to 10%. You can see how difficult is to actually purchase big number of tokens. So with this point of view, you know that compromising the chain based of number of tokens doesn't endanger Stride. There is no liquidity for that. Also, I want to give you point to one thing, that the limited liquidity of the Stride tokens is great move, and I wouldn't figure it out before, and I think many other teams made that mistake. So what's the main product of the Stride? Is the liquid staked asset, right? Stride is more successful as those liquid stake assets grow the big liquidity anywhere and become standard. The Stride token is not main product. So you want to make the Stride token not really widely available, but you want the liquid stake asset very available. So if someone wants to rug Stride right now because there are big holders, they can't do it. If someone will sell big number of tokens, it will be bought up right away because there is no deep liquidity for that. Okay, so this is the first point. If there is no danger, why Stride decided to go with the Interchain Security? So there's few points I want to pay attention to. Is it good itself for the Stride stakers? Maybe not so much looking at it right away, because Stride stakers receive the portion of all of the revenue that is generated, right? If now it's going to be shared with Atom stakers, it means there is the cut. Hence, this move using Interchain Security appears to be negative for the Stride stakers. But think again, could there be something positive? So my assumption would be the Stride was offered to go with Interchain Security. The reasons that it's dangerous, it's made up bullshit. We already know that. Like, it's not this. But there is potential that if Stride go with Interchain Security, the Atom whales could be more favorable to Stride. With that, Atom whales can use Stride products, hence increasing the revenues, right? So that makes sense. And with that, if the benefit is larger than the cost of the sharing revenue, then it ends beneficial for the Stride stakers. So we can assume if the Stride decided to do it, there must be benefit for the Stride stakers, right? Otherwise, why they would do it? I wouldn't understand that. So another point is what's the future of the Stride? Because I'm thinking, Cosmos Hub, if they have high quality chains, they become large and successful, with driving revenues. But the Stride seems try to position themselves at the center of the Cosmos Hub. So what I want to know, if these new chains, if they will come to Cosmos. We have Cosmos Hub is large. It's like $3 billion market cap still, right? Celestia. If the Celestia will come and have few $1 million market cap, and if Stride onboards, big revenues. Say, DYDX, and possibly many other chains. As the Stride becomes the liquid staking hub and also this kind of and liquidity hub, like many people say, Osmosis would be liquidity hub. But what if Stride assets total billions of dollars and are spread across multiple ecosystem, right? It's kind of Stride then becomes the liquidity hub. It's different role than Stride because they are issuer of the assets that are very liquid and that they have this liquidity. Then we could think that, hey, Stride can be actually larger than the Cosmos Hub, right? And my question is here, would they still use the Interchain Security, or then they would actually reverse and become their own hub? Because in this case, if Stride will grow to really large market share, it would only make sense for Stride to be security provider because of this low, of this low accessibility of the tokens, large market cap valuation, securing so many assets. It could actually become more secure chain than the hub itself. When I look at the validators, I also feel the quality of the validators of the hub might not be perfect, but as I said, there might be benefits of this move. Also, like at the end, I want to just share the price of the Stride, right? Like if you look at the last 90 days, the Stride token peaked at 250 and it's down like 50% from that. The all-time high, it was mistake, so that's not, I think this was actually all-time high, right? 250, now we have half of this, right? The price is half of this. So it doesn't mean there was a lot of sell pressure, but there is like also less than 50%. So there was actually some of the sell pressure, not so much. It moves together with the Osmosis. So you can see as the only pair, the only token that Stride is bonded to is Osmosis, that this price decline is mainly responsibility of the Osmo token. So there was potentially mistake bonding this only with the Osmo. It's important, right, to not have this deep liquidity because it's secure. But I believe for preservation of the Stride price itself, it would make a lot of sense to actually bond to other assets. And by other assets, I mean stablecoin, and probably the large, more stable assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum. You want to bond this to something that is not as volatile as Osmo. So if you would have sudden price or Osmo price crash, it would crash Stride price. Probably people would buy it out because Stride has low liquidity, it's easy to pump the price, so it's not a big issue. If the Osmosis crash 90%, someone will quickly buy out the Stride, and because the revenues that Stride generates would be so great. I mentioned, I'm surprised, because there is some Stride incentives. I know they incentivize pools even on Camelot DEX, which is on Arbitrum. There was some discussion that they should maybe incentivize pools with ST Atom on Kujira, because it's actually ST Atom used as collateral on Kujira, which bring more use cases. And it does have strong community. So I think that would also be the win for Stride from political point of view, if the beneficial is going with the hub, getting some retail users and positive and get positive feeling from them would be very beneficial. So let me know in the comments, am I thinking right here or I'm completely wrong? Did I get it wrong? Yes or no? With that, Don Cryptoniums out. Till the next time.